Hey everybody, it's I, the Kind of Cuppies, and welcome back to the final episode of Recap Races for this year. The number 8, obviously. The championship race at Gateland. Well, it's been one heck of a season. 35 races of excitement, and 7 drivers came to this race with a chance to win the championship. Though, realistically, it was 5 of them. There was 2 long shots, but hey, there's still 7, none doubt. It's still in points contention. So, who won the championship? Well, let's get into race at Gateland. And here we go, race 36, the championship race at Gateland Motor Speedway. First of all, I will note this race was affected by rain quite a little bit, so it was running near night time. This is what happens when you race the championship race at Gateland in the UK. Just saying. Anyways, let's get into the race winner first of all. Chelsea Liddell pretty much dominated this race, pick up her 3rd win on the season. 1 week too late though. I'm just saying, if she won Daytona in this race, she'd be a champion. But unfortunately, this rain came a bit too little too late for her. But hey, she still had to sort of run this race. All the Jacobs racing really good this race. Ethan Hart, he came in 2nd, Jacob Hughes 3rd, and Jeremy Waverly managed to get a top 10 as well randomly. So, Jacobs raced in a Toyota, really great for them this race, in the season off. Good thing as well, because Jacob Hughes has struggled these last 5 races, so nice to see him at least end the year off on a high note. I love that they got Penley coming in 4th, and Jim McKenzie also got a top 10 as well, so good run for them. Some action in this race. There's definitely a bit of it. Let's get into championship fighters. Cameron Perkins was the first one to bite the dust midway through stage 2. Battling hard Macy Sparks, those who made contact, slamming Cameron hard into the outside wall, coming to turn number 3. He didn't go head onto it, he just slammed the wall like blowing a tire or something like that, I don't know. Unfortunately, that car was not steering at all anymore, so Perkins was the first DNF out of today's race, so the 3-time champion, unfortunately, will not be a full-time champion after this race, so unfortunately, he'll be, unfortunately, no championship for him. Carmen would bite back from Macy Spark as she was involved in a late race incident in stage 3, well, early in stage number 3. Racing hard was, I believe, with, I would say racing hard with Ryan Wilkinson. Both of them she slid up, made contact with Ryan's left rear quarter pedal, got her loose. Alfie Cox, he was on the inside, made contact. He spun down to the inside, slammed hard into the inside wall. Thankfully, he was alright after a hard impact. It was a pretty wicked impact as well. Macy Sparks were bounced off the outside wall. Surprised they were the only 2 cars involved in the wreck. Everyone else managed to survive somehow, so good for them. And unfortunately, though, Macy would continue on, though 5 laps down, unfortunately, so her championship race is basically over as well. Was one of the long shots coming to today's race, and unfortunately, she will not be the champion from this race, so tiebreak there for Maisie. Alfie Cox, not a way to end the year off for him either. He's had a dismal year as well, so. One win at Iowa, come in shady kind of situations, though. And Ryan Cook also DNF in this race as well, 43rd. He was the guy who brought up the last call from this race. Pretty much getting dumped by Cody Ware. Yeah, Cody had at least dumped one more driver before leaving the 22 car, didn't she? She had at least had dumped one more driver. Typical Cody Ware. Typical. As for the championship battle, Evie Williams was definitely one contender, obviously leading the points coming into this race, only 1 point ahead of Gracie Jackson. We'll get into her in a minute. But as you can see, she finished 26th. She wrecked on the last lap, falling back. Couple cars passed her on the outside. Chelsea Liddell, Ethan Hart, Jacob Hughes, Abigail Penland. They all passed her until the final lap. Finished 17th. Again, we'll get into her in a minute. Was Cyber Salad on down the back straightaway. Evie had the championship locked up. She could have let Megan Bell pass her because it wouldn't have mattered. She would still should have won the championship since Gracie struggled this race, surprisingly. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and comes to the final 2 corners, it seemed like Evie Williams had this race in the bag, or had the championship in the bag. And then she got loose and slammed hard into the outside wall, collecting Megan Bell, who managed to limp across the line at 17th. So, good run for her. Well, not a good race for her at all. Not a way out in her championship hopes either. Jeez. The bad luck strikes for her. And bad luck would strike Evie as she ended up finishing 26th. DNF'd. You hate to see it for her. Hey, at least it was the last lap and wasn't 2 to go, because then she'd lose even more positions, so. Evie's lucky, but unfortunately, this would unfortunately end her championship hopes. Tough, brave Evil, and you really hate to see it for her. 3rd year in a row now, she's been screwed out of the championship, but this time it was her own doing, so. You can't. Maybe next year. We'll talk about her in a minute as well. Ash Aikman also, I should mention, she was also in championship contention as well, coming home in 6th place. Right behind Hans Prescott as well, came in 5th. Right behind Evie and Megan as well, who they both wrecked, so you managed to pick up a top 5. Would that be enough to win the championship though? We'll have to find out in a minute. Ash Aikman though, finishing 6th would not be enough to win the championship. Still some race for her, finishing 6th place. And Grace Jackson, we'll get to her finally, 19th. Terrible race for her. Like, seriously, what the heck happened to her this race? I get she's not raced at Gateland before, but there are a ton of racetracks as well in this race, this season, where she had speed. But this time, not at all. So Front Row Motorsports, yeah, I don't know what happened to you guys, but you kind of screwed up there. Hey, at least she wasn't Lewis Goodburn, who smacked one, fell several laps down, finished 7 laps down, finished last guy finished race on 40th, so oof, at least she wasn't. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. And another note finish, we'll get to him as well real quick. Courtney Wright was the highest Stewart-Haas racing driver to finish the race in 7th. Obviously, Stewart Racing fortunately shutting down after the end of this race, so rest in peace, Stewart Racing. Ellie's taking that final race, comes home 11th. Had Nike as a sponsor as well, since Zana Chilcock had Ultra on this race. Good career, Ellie. Not a good season at all, whatsoever, but hey, at least she had a strong finish in 11th. Right behind her in 12th, Blake Evans' final race of 4th spot before heading elsewhere. I don't know where, but he ain't coming back to 4th spot next year, so that's top right there for him. And as you can see, back up to 21st, Elizabeth Fitzgerald, her final race of 2011 racing before retiring as well. Again, not a good season for her. I think she did even worse than Ellie. So hopefully Ashton Jack sprints some more speed in 2011 equipment next year. Let's just hope. Zana Chilcock also his final race in the 2 car before heading back down to the Kenny Pro Series. That one rig of Phoenix back in 2020 was definitely a fluke, wasn't it? And Curtis Ware, last car finished up in 25th. F1 racing in the 22 car. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to tell her for Cody Ware. She struggled this year. And anyways, let's get into the championship point standings. Who won the championship and who didn't? And here you go, folks. The final point standings to end out the season. Alistair Prescott is your champion for the 2024 season. Or is he? Because Gracie also finished at the top of the leaderboard with also 1,666 points. Yes, they tied for the championship. Gracie and Alistair tied for the championship this season. The only reason why Alistair got the championship was because of a tiebreaker. Most wins this season. Alistair had 3 wins of the year at Phoenix, Chicagoland, and Watkins Glen, while Gracie only had the 1 win of the year at which was last race at Daytona, so top right there for Gracie. But Alistair Prescott prevails. He is your 2024 County Cup Series champion and 2 back-to-back championships as well for Hendrick Motorsport. So, hey, Rick Hendrick's going to be happy, ain't he? Also, shocking fact as well, Alistair's only the 2nd lad in history to championship. Obviously, that first one being Cameron Perkins with, like, 3 of them. So, nice to see another lad back in winning in championship victory lane for the 2nd time ever. So, the 4th lad to win a championship, but the 2nd lad to do it. So, congratulations, Alistair. You are the 2024 County Cup Series champion. As for everyone else, Gracie Jackson, just heartbreaking for her, coming on P2 in 20. I mean, technically she won it as well. It was a tie, but Alistair got the tiebreaker, so very unfortunate for Gracie. She'll be back hard next year, I'll tell you that. She's got RCR, and I would say a better team than Front Row, though Front Row's a tier 1 team now forward, so I can't say much else to that, but what a just heartbreaking way for Gracie to end the year. She had just won one of the Super Speed races maybe early in the year, Daytona or Talladega. She would be a champion, but unfortunately, that was meant to be. Or she did good this race, she'd be a champion. But again, that just wasn't meant to be for her. So, the underdog story of the season, unfortunately, the Cinderella's glass shoe did not fit Gracie. So, tough break there for Gracie. Evie Williams shot back to 3rd. Just, again, heartbreaking for her as well in the last lap. Getting wrecked herself. She'll be back next year. She'll still be Evie next year by winning races. Though I will say this, Evie, please do not become Denny Hamlin. Please, win a championship before he does. Please, this is the 3rd year in a row you've choked away a championship. Please don't start acting like him. Just don't. So in 4th in points, again, she got caught in that last saturation with Evie. Strong year from Megan anyway, comes on 4th in points. And Ashley Hickman, the defendant, the 2023 champion last season, coming in around the top 5 in points. He's a good season for her. Obviously, her wins weren't as good as she only got 2 wins compared to her 4 last season, but hey, good day for Ashley. Chelsea Liddell after Wednesday comes home 16 points. Good comeback for her, though I would expect much from her next season. She didn't announce this weekend that she'd be back at Joe Gibbs for at least another year, so hey, Chelsea Liddell, championship, never know. Perkins falls back to 7 in points. I think it's his worst season since 2016. And that's saying a lot because Perkins is usually good, but not this year. It was not Perkins they usually do. He still won races, but just wasn't Cameron like we used to know. So he's 7th in points. Ethan Hyde 8th in points. He's been 8th in points this entire blooming season, hasn't he? And he finished 8th in points. Well, it had to end either way. The season had to end either way for him. 8th or nothing, I guess. Maisie Sparks dropped back to 9th in points. Honestly, it kind of didn't much, but still a good, nice place finish. Man top 10 in points is Ryan Wilkinson. Good year for him, but unfortunately, not much else to say for him. Peggy Bishop, 11th in points. I would have thought she'd come back from winning the championship. To come back to win the championship after a dismal start to the year. Got 3 wins in the summer stretch. And looked to have a good lot of speed coming into the final 10 race of the year, but unfortunately, all that speed fizzled out, and unfortunately, she will not be a champion this year and fall back to 11 points. So, top for Peggy. Ashton Jackson, 12th in point, decent for him. Jake down the Padfield. I will say this: one his intermediate speed. His intermediate speed kind of just dropped off in the season. And hopefully, that's not a trend for next year, Xander. Just throwing it out there. Jacob Hughes, 14th. Alfie Cox, this my year, comes home 15 points. He and Jake actually tied for 15th, but Alfie got the tiebreaker due to a better average finish than Jake. Jake comes home 16th. Abigail Pentland, not a good year for Abigail. Worst points finish ever for that 17 team. Worst statistical season ever for Abigail, to be fair, so. Not a good year for Abigail. Hopefully this ain't a trend going forward for next year. Courtney Wright as well, kind of a struggling year as well. He came out 18 points. Had a terrible start to start the year off, but did recover midway through the year. But unfortunately, at that point, it was just a little too late. Go win at Darlington though, so at least she won a race this year. But yeah, not a good year for Courtney. James McKenzie, highest driver who did not win a race this year, comes home 19th in points. Maybe next year he'll win a race. This is his 3rd year now, and he's yet to win a race. This guy won 3 in a row in the County Pro Series Championships, and yet is struggling to win an actual County Cup race still. Year 4, we better see a win from him. If not, then maybe it's time to let him go, RCR. Just throwing it out there. And around top 20 is Elwyn Howes after ends off a terrible year for her. Kind of like a Kyle Busch type season. Had some speed here and there, but mostly wrecks here and there. Hopefully, like Kyle Busch, she can also improve next year on her point standings. And hopefully maybe break that win streak as well. She's yet to win a race for a while now, so see how that goes. Lewis Goodwin, and then everyone else down here. Let's go through them real quick. Jamie Whaley, 21st. Lewis Goodwin, yeah, he was not Rookie of the Year. JC Jackson would win Rookie of the Year this year. Lewis Goodwin was nowhere close to him. Crazy probably looked that up play like weeks, months ago at this point, since due to Lewis struggling. Dirty gear for Lewis. I don't know where he's going next year. There's rumors he might go to Frontman Motorsports next year and drive their 36 car. Yeah, the same car Gracie's driving right now. How coincidental is that? Blake Evans, 23rd. Not a good year for him. His first win this season in the County Cup Series. Same as Elwyn as well. Her first win this year as well. Not a good year for Blake. Megan Verrett, 24th. Not bad. Ellie Tickner, her final season. Full-time season. 25th in points. Again, just not a good year for Ellie. Millie, not a good year. 26. She has good runs here and there, but overall, just kind of a step down from her rookie year last season. Zana Chilcott, 27th. Olivia Zaxton, 28th. Elizabeth in her final season, 29th. It's a terrible year for Elizabeth. And Ryan Cook ranks top 20, 30th top 30 and 30th in points. Cody Ware, I know she missed a race this year, which is why she's 31st in points, but golly, she was terrible this year. Terrible. No wonder why a 22 car is just been terrible. All I can say for Alfred Lyons next year, when he's driving his 22 car, just win a race, please. This 22 car has not been a consistent winner since Megan 2016. Just saying, Alfie, please, just bring the 22 car back to the lane. It's had some terrible years recently. Please just bring the 22 car back to relevance. Riley Wallace won Talladega earlier, a few weeks ago. He finished his first, second in points. Riley Pope behind him is 33rd. Tom Kennett. Lewis Collins, what the heck? I'm just saying, Lewis Collins, front row, let this guy go. Seriously, he's not done anything for you. Gracie just finished second in points in your same equipment, while your other driver finished 35th in points, second to last in points. I'm just saying, Lewis just completely embarrassed himself this year, and definitely needs to make a step up for next year if he wants to at least stay in the County Cup Series for at least foreseeable future. And Cody Butler finished 36th in points. Just what can I say about Cody Butler this year? This year has just been, it's just been a nightmare return to full-time racing. Ouch. And with that, the County Cup season is officially over. Both the County Cup and County Pro Series have wrapped up for this year. I want to thank everyone who's been tuning in and watching these videos. It's been, I have really enjoyed making these, and I can't wait to do more of them next year. A lot more stuff. We've got the next gen car coming in, introducing next year. The Ford Dark Horse, Chevrolet Camaro, and the old Toyota Camry. I don't know why Toyota's bringing back the old Toyota Camry from 22 to 23. Don't ask me why. They just are, apparently. I guess they just had they just had some lying around, I guess. So, Anyway, for the final time in the County Cup Series, I will say this. Don't think we're done with County Cup Series content just yet. There will be some stuff, County Cup Series stuff during the off-season. not with announcements, but interesting stuff. So stay tuned. But for now, this is Dust at the Cup Series for the final time this year. Sign out for now.